Hello and welcome. I'm Kosmender and we're about to play more of the Dead Cells 2.0 Alpha Branch. But yeah, after that we're gonna do several Dead Cells runs. We'll down our friend the Collector a few times, and then it will be Rogue Legacy time, and I think we're gonna finish off the fresh save we started last week. So yeah, I'm excited. We've got 3 world area bosses down over there. Just have one last to go. And what's up, Luthamir? Good to see you, as always. And happy Wednesday to you. I kind of wanted to go tactics first, so I think I might do that anyway. I don't think so. So the other day, this is actually, you helped me unwittingly at, let's do, screw it, let's just go tactics first with this lightning bolt. When I mentioned that I've been trying the underground area, oh yeah, no, it is just the darkness, never mind, I'm sorry, the land of darkness. I thought you meant like the darkness as a boss name, like the final boss. But yes, just the darkness. Infinite Herodotus. We've given him a run for his money a couple times, but it's one of those where my most promising attempt against him was like a very glass cannon build, and for Rogue Legacy I know that extreme precision is not my strong suit. So yeah, we got him pretty low, but then ended up dying. What is up, Colonel? I'm sorry, but I promise we'll do all the colors of runs later. I hear the opposite too. People are like, do you ever run tactics, bro? I'm like, yeah, I promise. I really do. But good to see you, Colonel. What's up? Nah, but last time we didn't have time to finish off the rainbow with the tactics win, so I would like to start with it today. Yeah, I'm getting there too, Luthamir. Barbarians are such a relief, because I'm like trying out the new classes I've unlocked and going for high damage with like the Hokage and assassins and everything, and then I get a barbarian or a paladin and I'm just like, yeah, I've got some HP. This is nice. I can be hurt without immediately dying. Which we can all relate in the Dead Cells realm. Exactly. Yes, I have that. I had that like for 1 week last summer. I feel like every time I looked at the clock, even when it wasn't that time of day, it said that number, and I was like, okay, what's going on? Have I finally done the full transition? Okay, sweet, we got the kill streak. Yes, that's what our official lawyers and Luthamir as moderator will say. You're just lucky to see these tactics attempts. Alright, come here. Woo! Nasty. Burp, burp, bleep, burp. Ooh, a boomerang. Why not? Who needs shields? Sometimes me. It's actually pretty nice. We can toss the boomerang and then send the lightning afterward. I can dig it. Oh boy. Ooh, that's fun. This is a weird build already. I'm all about the weird builds. It's fun. Something's gonna catch me off guard soon. I don't know what it's gonna be, but ooh, maybe a rat. Lightning ring. I do like being able to agitate the guardian guys. Oh shit! Ooh. Whew. Oh, and it was finally a rat. I can't believe the rampager didn't get me, but the rat did. You bastard. It's alright. We'll switch to this fire blast. Not because I don't like lightning bolt, but because it seems like it'll work well together. Ooh. Scratch that fire blast. That seems like a new item room, right? That structure felt funky. Boop. Okay, we don't have too far to explore. Kind of like Barney. I thought we'll keep Barney. I've not soured on Barnacle, but I have lowered my estimation of its usefulness. Only because... Oh, snap. I can grab the key and then just never use it. Keychain. The benefits of an alpha. Treating it like a fresh save. It just... The speed of the shot is slow enough that a lot of enemies just outpace it. So the Barnacle's always aiming just a touch behind. And of course that's not always the case, but it's the case often enough that a crossbow-matic is usually going to get it done. Now it can fire at those beautiful, strange angles. Let's go Sewer's route. Yeah, poor Barney. At last, a little rest. I kind of like this, the way this build is shaping up. We'll see. Oh my goodness. I don't like how this hair is getting in my mouth. But it's okay. It's not piercing. I would really like it to pierce. There we go. Oh, and my mouse is there. You saw that, like, it kind of jumped to some...
Oh, hello.
Some bit of the mutation menu. That's because my cursor, even though invisible, was back there, selecting that. And Zangief, hello! What's up? How you doing, Zangief? Thank you for that resub. That is 19 months. And that's a ridiculously long time. And I appreciate that. Yep, exactly, Luthmir... I find the Barnacle... Sorry, I meant to say Barnacle to start that sentence. Which was... Barnacle is the very helpful, in theory, co-worker. It's like, I'd be happy to help you with that. And you're like, we're in completely different departments. I don't think you're even allowed to work on this. But it really wants to help. Huh. No matter how down to clown with slowdown I become, Colonel, I'm never gonna like Crow's Foot. Because at least when people are slowed down from the heavy survival mutation, or the heavy survival melee, where they often have an affix saying that it slows down nearby enemies when somebody dies. At least they're in general proximity. Those crow's feet, man, they're just everywhere, and not for me. People slowed down off screen? No thanks. I'd rather get real crow's feet in real life than use crow's feet in this game. What's up, Spindles? Fine. The barrel launcher, I think, is cool. It was on our very first run in the alpha. We had a barrel launcher in the tubes, so we did a brutality run.
Somebody order
and it was
pizza?
fine. We successfully completed it. I really don't like the interaction between the barrel launcher and bosses, where they could repurpose the barrel as an enemy attack. So I doubt I'll really be using it a ton, but... Thank you for the follow. I wouldn't mind some Paul Bunions. Was his ox named Babe? What about getting some Paul Rubens? Yeah, barrel launcher's fine. It's kind of fun. It's a interesting idea for area clearing. It's not terribly effective on most bosses. And again, having things like the concierge's red aura of pain negatively reflect those barrels. No. And then the distillery as a whole, actually, the more I think about it, the fact that we have to use a barrel launcher found in the map to get through the doors, or at least a few of the doors, without using like ambient explosive barrels and stuff, that really makes the distillery more of like a mini game or a, you know, side quest than an actual proper world area. So I doubt after the new has worn off, and we've demonstrated and stuff, I doubt we'll visit it too frequently. I mean, we'll do what we always do with Dead Cells, which is spread out our pathing and everything so that we see all the areas. But it certainly won't be like a, man, if only we could get to that distillery. And yeah, it's always, anything I say about opinions of alphas or even the final patches, the game is constantly in flux. So it's very early days on this patch, this alpha, and everything's due to change. That's why it's in alpha. Sidearms? Well, shit. I guess we should use this bad boy since we've got it. Goodbye, Boomerang. Alright. Oh, sidearms as in a... Oh, shit! A ranged weapon that's not our primary. What is that? What's happening here? Oh, our knife is redirecting the barrel. I mean, that's all fine and good, but these are things that, while I'm happy they're adding stuff, it's so situational, and like, the reason to do that would be to do it, not because it's, you know, better than some of our tried and true builds. But yeah, interesting interaction. I don't know. I kind of wish we could get some more straightforward weapons, like just a big ass battle axe. I don't know what would set it apart from other large melee weapons, but you know, things like this. Oh, a better Barney. Sorry, Barney. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a katana. Well, I don't consider those sidearms. I consider those perfectly viable primaries as well, so. Would explain my confusion. Everybody's down on firebrands, but I like firebrands. Pretty much the only time fire is a bummer is on Mama Tick. Alright, I like that our 2 color scrolls are having just a taste of tactics on them. The thing, okay, here's another thing about the barrel launcher that makes it less enticing to me is, much like, God, what is the blowgun? Things like blowgun and barrel launcher that have really specific critical hit conditions, as well as weapons where the later parts of the combo, like broadsword, become more damaging. Very few things at some point on a 5BC run, things don't survive till the actual crit either. So barrel launcher usually becomes just blowing shit up, which is fine, but that makes it less, you know, it's more just another thing to point and shoot. Oh shit! Did it bounce off his projectile? Yeah, things being repurposed as enemy bullets, no, just no. Call it the cursed sword guy in me, but little hard to predict silly damage like that is my worst nightmare. We've already got an extra jump and we're burning the ground. But yeah, we're gonna drop this barrel launcher. Actually, I didn't sell my boomerang. I'm gonna take my boomerang. I'm not keen on stuff just throwing barrels back at me. If Donkey Kong wants to play, he can play Ape Out. Oh, sorry the timers are all popping together. They're on staggered times, but sometimes they manage together nonetheless. I guess part of it is the philosophy behind equipment, so I don't... The way my Dead Cells play works is... I start from the assumption we'll be able to make whatever we want work. Want to work, and we do, but then also... I don't feel like it's my obligation to make gear useful, so they put it in the game and I'm like, okay, yeah, we're gonna try it out and have the experience, but... I'm not just so default in love with a weapon that I'm like looking for reasons for it to be. Why are my Stream Elements messages all popping at once? I feel like Stream Elements might be freaking out and messing up the timers because I didn't change any of that, but they do not pop like that together. Oh yeah, lightning bolt's just my jam. I haven't noticed any appreciable drop-off in usefulness. That boomerang's just doing work way down the road. Alright, we got corrupted prison coming our way. Have we seen all there is to see, for the most part? I haven't tried out the rebuffed infantry bow. For the longest time, it was one of my favorites early on. And then I tried to love it after the nerf and did a little bit, and we still made it work, but we were forcing it. So it just at some point became so weak that anytime you're doing crits consistently, but the enemy is just like, is that all you've got? I'm like, okay, that's just disconcerting. I'm kind of inclined to do disengagement, since we have 1,000 HP. And I wouldn't mind, like, a colorless grenade, fire grenade or something, in this cursed chest. Also, this is a randomly selected outfit. They gave us the starter. I like it. Alright, let's use in this hallway. Thankfully, no one. That's beautiful. Gross. This is a weird build to deal with toxic miasma, but we can do it. I wish I had like a kick or something. That'll get him. The boomerang gets him. Oh, shit. Yeah, twin daggers, once they sped the twin daggers up, I've been pretty happy with them. Although, wait, so did they get nerfed? It's just a nerf that you like, or... I haven't read the patch notes for this yet. I will at some point. I promise. Ew. Okay. Oh, okay. I have a contention that I think they lowered monster HP again. But they apparently wasn't listed in the notes, but I feel like it was. Definitely done. Whew. Boop. But yeah, I'm never gonna like something more because it's doing a less efficient job of murder. Now, that said, I hope they increase difficulty rather than lower difficulty, but I'm certainly not gonna be happy about it. Well, yeah, I mean, and I I have played a fair bit of the game, Spindles. I'm aware of how Twin Daggers work, but I don't think there's really a happy balance for a lot of them. I don't look shit up. For Dead Cells, I sometimes just don't even know how stuff works because the patch notes don't list everything. Chat often has very informed members, but I greatly prefer to just play because I find that's the best way to learn. Also, half the time, numbers on the page have very little relevance out in the field of battle. So people will quote me things in chat or like reprimand me for making a weird decision or something, but it's all just built around what actually works, and you know, half the time, I mean, games lie too, you know. Let us remember the take 75% less damage from projectiles suffix on amulets. So I'm just not terribly concerned with Dead Cells book learning. I'm a mercenary, here to kill the collector all the time. Also, what's up, Crimson? Hey. On occasion, Colonel, yes. I look things up, Crimson, if it's things like I can't remember the exact weaknesses or resistances of a boss in Darkest Dungeon, and we've fought them before and defeated them. So I'm not going in blind, but I just want to remind myself like how susceptible to stun or move or something, or which positions they typically take up. I'll look things like that up real quick just to refresh myself, but yeah. Typically if it's achievable through experience, I prefer to learn it that way. And let's knife dance this instead of Barney. Woo! Don't do it. So he can hit us off the edge of a cliff. The shockwave extends a bit further than what it looks like it should. So be aware of that if you're fighting a Slimer Bird. But thankfully that time it didn't happen. Oh, I can't tell if you're being genuine or not, Krinza, but yes, I have thousands of hours in Dead Cells. But less than the time spent. It's just... yeah, I'm making fart jokes and playing with my cat and stuff, but I pay close attention to like what's killing me, what's happening, etc. And then especially the curse stuff forces us to focus things at a very micro level. So it's like if you look at things from, will this work 1,000 times in a row? Because I don't want to die in the Sepulchre after we've had a promising run that's taken us that far with no damage. I don't want any surprises. I don't want... You know, like, so, for instance, most recent Sepulchre disappointment death was a couple weeks ago. We had a really smooth run. We had challenge rifts. Those weren't a problem. We had surprise elites from various places. Those weren't a problem. We just had everything going our way, and I felt good. And then a corpulent zombie, the Big Bone Pharaohs, as Luthimir calls them, very affectionately. He jumped, instead of teleporting to me, I like aggroed him with a grenade. I was fully prepared, like, he was the only person I was engaging at the time. And I was like, bring it. But we were too close. So let's say, let me find a spot that looks like it. Yeah, he jumped from, like, let's see. Let's say the distance between this and that wall, there was another wooden platform. And so I was expecting him to teleport to me, and I was ready for that. Or I was expecting to have to drop down or something. But he just went straight across and went and pounded on me. But yeah, he was a pain in the ass. But things like that. So when that happens, never again is all I hear. Never again. Same as the other day. We had an unfortunate... It wasn't a full cursed run, but it was a curse moment. We went into the cavern cursed. And that's always kind of dicey. It's nasty. You don't want to start that way. But... Oh, shit. I have to sip in here. We were doing fine, and it was one of those blind elevator rides. So you ride up, you don't know what's going to be there, but you're ready, like, to do something when you get up there. In this case, it was a ground shaker, and I threw my, like, power nade at him and was ready to deploy a trap, and was thinking, this should be fine, because he's probably going to die from the nade, maybe? And then he didn't. Then I was like, that's fine. He's, you know, we'll take care of him with our other weapons. But I was going to do my dive down the elevator shaft move to, like, reset, and then if he followed us, that's fine. We have a little cooldown time, all that stuff. But he can, apparently, at least in this alpha, he can summon the stalactites on the bottom of an elevator, which I was not ready for. And so I was already halfway on the elevator, about to jump down, and my brain saw it, but my body couldn't change what I was doing. And so I, like, dropped down into a forming stalactite, and it insta-killed me. So things like that. Just make a note, never again. And that's the kind of thing that even then, later on, if diligent patch note readers are like, oh, they fixed that. They, you know, you're never going to see stalactites in the bottom of an elevator again. I'm like, I'm still not going to ever trust it, because you don't know if they're going to change it back, or, you know, you just don't want to form the habit. Alright, on to the ancient sewers. Okay. I would like to heal up, and to that end, we will take gastronomy. Poison has no effect on me, and woo! That's a full heal. Alright, we only have 773 HP, which is not quite enough to win a slot machine. If you're interested in the frontline shield blueprint, it would be right here, if we didn't already have it unlocked. Quackers, hello, how you doing? Doing well. We are trying out the new alpha branch for the second time. We've already done some runs, won some runs. Also, for anybody interested, our very first run through the 2.0 alpha is now up on YouTube. It's a brutality build with a barrel launcher and a fire nade, and then I think the second skill slot kind of changes out a bit. Thank you, Luthimir. Also, my FFZ emotes are not showing up for me in chat. I think that probably just means I need to, like, click on this bad boy and then close it. And it'll refresh everything. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that probably means if I had to very half-assedly troubleshoot, it probably means that FFZ did some kind of little update, and some of us have the refreshed version running and are seeing them, and then some of us have not. But I don't know. That's all you get. That's all my that's all my attempt. And thank you, Luthimir. Also, speaking of Luthimir, I still have not made my specialized shout out for Luthimir, but 1 second now. Oh shit, I'm over here typing in No Man's Land without a cursor. He's not just a mod here and a cool dude. And I'm sorry I burped while I talked about you, Luthimir. But, he's also a talented variety streamer who plays all sorts of cool shit, including, most recently, interestingly, Master of Orion, the 2016 re-enlivening of that game. And, yeah, he plays 5BC Dead Cells, he plays Darkest Dungeon, he plays Gunfire Reborn, Curse of the Dead Gods, all sorts of goodies, all sorts of funsies. If you want to see it, there's a YouTube video that's just our first trip to the distillery, but it's kind of gimmicky. It's cool. The underpinning idea of the distillery is cool. It's like an environmental hazard trap area. So it's a distillery with barrels of presumably wine or, you know, something, liquor, bouncing around as traps. So it's kind of Donkey Kong-esque in that way. The downside is you get access, so there's a new barrel launcher weapon, and they give you one for free for sure. And there are some impassable walls that have to be exploded. They don't have to be blown up by a barrel launcher that you shot, but they have to be blown up one way or another. So there are some ambient other explosion things that you could use, but I'm pretty sure there's at least one door near the end where every time you'll have to pick up the goddamn barrel launcher and open up the door, which means leaving your weapon pretty early on in the area, which that's almost like, I don't know. It's like they're trying to force me to, if I go to that area, leave with the barrel launcher, which the first time I didn't notice that because I was already brutality, and I already used a barrel launcher for the whole run. But the second time, it was very stark, because we had this survival broadsword, and I was like, ew, like, you know, I want to run with the broadsword. I'm not trying to... But again, I very much enjoy the underpinning principle of, like, a unique area that has some scary traps that are new to the game and everything. Also, the new mobs there are kind of... well, they follow the trend of mobs added since Bad Seed, which is, in my opinion, half-baked. It is not a crossbow kind of mechanic. It's just a bouncy launcher that half-baked, Colonel. They just feel like half-formed ideas that they had lying around and we're rushing to put out an update, and we're like, oh, we'll have this guy, we'll have this guy, we'll have this guy, we'll have this guy. We've already got the assets for it. But yeah, the barrel bounces around, and it does critical hits if it bounces off a wall and then hits an enemy first. Hell yeah, that's a good amulet. Makes me happy. But yeah, I would love to get, you know, like a battle axe. Some basic ass weapons instead of, you know, hey guys, they're adding a taser. They're adding a cookie weapon. I'm like, what? This one's a Happy Meal. I'm like, all right. That's all good. I like the joke weapons, but I kind of enjoy bread and butter functional as well. Ooh, magic missiles. Still don't like ya. Oh shit! Yeah, I was too slow. I felt him, but I'd already expended my dodge roll. In a zombie apocalypse, I would drop the Happy Meal and use, like, fists wrapped in the cardboard from the Happy Meal, or potentially, like, my shirt. Although I wouldn't remove articles of clothing that I needed, because exposed skin seems like it might have a fleshier scent for the zombies to track me. I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question. Is there a Little Mermaid toy in there of Sebastian that is ready to just murder? If lodged in the correct orifice of the zombie. And I would definitely use an M4 if they were in the game, but... be like Dead Abyss. Or Selzgen. Alright, we've got enemies up here. I think we might still be able to get the kill streak if I go through all the rooms. Which I will. But we'll be fine. Ooh. What's up, OPMP? Yes, I do have some tips. So, number one would be enjoy this part of your Dead Cell's life, because it's very nice to still be working through those humps. Second would be, I'm not sure how you're allocating your scrolls, but definitely focus one stat. So, there's going to be some randomness, but once you decide, like on this run, we're purple tactics. Every single time we're given the option to select purple tactics, we will take it, and if we're forced to choose between red brutality and green survival, we will choose the one that gives us the most HP. That's just how they built the game to be played, so doing anything other than that is more or less adding difficulty for yourself with no reason. Qualentin, hello, how you doing? Next would be upgrade all your health flask upgrades if you can. OPMP. Those are very, very helpful. Next would be get your ability runes. So if you haven't yet explored around and gotten your ability to crawl on walls with the spider rune, pound through the ground with the ram rune, not in that order, get those, because they're not just useful for acquiring new areas you can go to, but they're also good in combat. One great thing is to... or one very helpful thing, try to start encounters when possible. Leon, what's up? Try to start encounters when possible by ground pounding behind clumped up enemies facing all one direction. So if you've got a bunch of people walking back and forth and they haven't aggroed to you, try to start the encounter with a ground pound. And the more you practice that and like assess for that, you can often end up stunning the whole lot of them deploying your skills, and they die before you know it. Next would be, if you are using shields, practice a little bit without them, and if you're not using shields, practice a little bit with them. I would say curses and shields are the two ways to learn most intimately the enemy attacks. Next would be, you're on 1BC, so don't be afraid to use your H rune. For me, that's R3, that's your little booger chain here. Enemies, unless they just natively teleport, since it's not 4 or 5BC, they're not going to teleport to you, so you can choke them as long as you like. And then lastly, I would strongly suggest focusing on kill doors and totally ignoring time doors. What's up, Ken Ken? How's it going? Because if you can get the kill doors for flawless killing, you can get the time doors if you feel like it. It does not work the other way around, however. And then, yeah, just use gear. I would strongly suggest ignoring what you hear or look up about gear usefulness. Gear is very personal in Dead Cells, and about 40 to 50% of its usefulness is whether or not you like it. What's up, Cosmic? How's it going? So, there's not really, with a few exceptions, there are not really like easy mode or this is really bad weapons. It's just what works for you. But if you have specific questions about things that have been giving you trouble, OPMP, I'd be happy to address them. Also, last thing I'll say is path yourself through food shops. When possible, if you find yourself low on flasks. Alright, it's time to fight Kanji now. And, for her, I'm fine with all this. NP, OPMP. Yep. I mean, especially because it's really hard to get a good feel for equipment right when it first drops for you in Dead Cells. If you're only using it in one environment and, you know, on the fly, and it's really hard to see how it'll play, like in different boss fights or in different world areas with different sets of mobs or all sorts of things, across different patches even. I've run into that before, where not even the weapon having changed, just like the landscape of the game changes through a patch, and I haven't used, you know, something or other since then. That can make all the difference, so it's worth it. Worth it to keep checking stuff out. But yes, good luck on your future attempts, and I look forward to the time when you report back to say, got it! Because people usually do. Oh, come on. Kanji. Alright. I gotta get this crossbow-matic over here so they don't... What's up, Defro? How's it going? Let me finish Kanji. I promise I'll catch up on chat. Oh, boy. Woo! That almost got me! That would have hit me. That's amazing. What is up, Matt? Good to see you. Going on tactics. Okay, so one thing to say, OPMP. Watching me play right now is absolutely not going to be the best set of decisions for a newer player working through the difficulties. We have reached the end of the Dead Cells Rainbow, and we're just doing runs with gear to be different. Sammy, what's up? And so, hold on one sec. I can't remember how to type. But yeah, if anything, I think tactics, especially if you're feeling low health, tactics is going to be not your friend. It's going to make you a glass cannon so it's not as forgiving. Sammy, good to see you. I hope Dante and Bullet are well. And I did not put any new recipes in the Discord, but I did. Oh, I love it. I did think about some things, and they're congealing. So I can't think of like specific recipes, but I wanted to ask you some diagnostic questions about types of foods you like. Anyway. Yeah, I love the purple fire nade. Let me catch up real quick here. Shahar, what's up? How's it going? And what makes today special? That is a good question, Cosmic. I'm not sure. All of our unlocks just happened a while ago. So I don't know why. Aww. That's... Benjamin has to go to the vet tomorrow to get his blood drawn to make sure his hyperthyroidism is fine. Okay, he's got to check his levels. Our mutations are perfectly fine. Everything's perfectly fine. Are you... okay, so a few questions, Cosmic. Are you opted in, if you're playing on Steam, to the alpha? Because the alpha is goofy right now, and it... like, alpha branches are their own thing. So the save treats itself like it's new. So... what's up, Boomer? So I think, unfortunately, if you're playing on the alpha, I wouldn't be surprised if the unlocks aren't working correctly for repeated unlocks, just because if they push out a patch, a slight update to the alpha, then your save is getting nuked every time. Defro, the barrel launcher is interesting. We've got a full run using it, our very first run in the alpha on YouTube if you're interested. But the distillery is kind of a gimmick world area, I think. Cool, cool, Cosmic. Yeah, and I would suggest if you're going for unlocks, make absolutely sure that you're not opted in. Like, if you're in Steam, you can right-click on Dead Cells in your game library and go to Properties, and then go to the Betas tab, and make sure it says Betas opted into, like, none. There should be a little drop-down. And thank you, Matt. But yeah, so for instance, we have this Arboretum key, which we unlocked the Arboretum the day it came out. But because this is our alpha save, the game thinks that we're fresh. Nice. I play on Steam and was originally an Xbox player, Boomer. Oh, snap! Happy birthday! Happy birthday, Shahar. Call me a control freak, Matt. I like control individually over the items that I'm using. Sometimes I don't want them both deployed. Sometimes I do want them both deployed. I don't want it to just be up to the whims of the input of the game, deciding... Especially because the input crowding got worse over time. After like 1.4, 1.5, if you try to like throw 2 nades at once or something. The Tesla coil. I have not used this yet, so let's use this. Comes back to you automatically. Oh, sorry. Yes. It's a boomerang. Shoots lightning at nearby enemies and inflicts shock, so it seems like it's going to be a turret. I have not seen this bad boy yet. Oh boy! That seems exciting. There's a new patch in the Alpha branch. Yes, and I like how much it upsets them, too. It seems to be like a breachy AoE turret. Well, not just that, Leon. They made it where it's very difficult to even get the second skill out sometimes in the heat of battle. Sometimes I will deploy like several times and my fire nade still hasn't dropped or something, which is super frustrating. But I guess I get it, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like an intentional choice. If it is an intentional choice, it's, in my opinion, quite a bizarre one. But... and yeah, this coil is going to be my new friend. Woo! That's a little too close. If you missed it yesterday, we made it through our third manager on our second day of Neon Abyss, and that run where we end up killing Zeus on a blind encounter, that'll be on YouTube after the stream today. But I like Neon Abyss. It's fun. The music is rocking. The weapons seem varied. The RNG seems very, very wide spectrum. So some runs you're gonna get. So in Dead Cells, it's rarely the case that you have like, oh, easy win build. Properly. There are things that people say that for, but it seems like it's gonna be kind of like Isaac, where if you get the right stuff, the run is won. I play Neon Abyss with a controller. Anytime I'm double sticking, or anytime I mean, Fury Unleashed I did with controller. Gungeon I do with controller. Both of which I know my way around now. Especially Gungeon, but... woo! Thought he was gonna get me. Okay, so notably, that thing is not breaching our catcher or... what the hell? What hit? What the shit hit me? I guess a rat on my foot? I'm not sure. What's up, Boomer? You earn more cells on higher difficulties, so I just have a bunch of cells.
Did somebody order a pizza?
From this run. Whoops. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, I just prefer controller most of the time. If there's precision platforming happening, I prefer controller.
Did somebody order
Also, it's
pizza?
worth noting for kitty cat purposes. Thank you for that follow. Petra really doesn't like keyboard games because I have to keep the keyboard in my lap, so when we do Satisfactory or when we do Gunfire Reborn, she just meows a lot. She does not like it. Alright, well, we got the kill streak before we got hit. We have a guaranteed curse somewhere out and about in this graveyard. We will find it, and we will resolve it. She does not like the keyboard. Because it takes up her spot. It's her throne, my lap. There's probably some poetry to be written about a throne that disappears when it's not in use, but I'll leave that for somebody else to write. Yeah, I'm never giving up this fire grenade. Whew, well, here we are. It looks like I wouldn't be surprised if we had to finish off at least the end of this curse in the cavern, which is our next area. But we might also have enough dudes. It just depends. Okay. Love a good fire nade. For curse resolution. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. I shouldn't have played with the catcher so fast and loose. I wrote a check that my... Ooh, my brain almost couldn't cash there. Woof. I should have thrown my nade before that. Let's back off and let our fire nade cool up. Or, get ready, charge up, cool down, heat up. You know, one of those. Yeah! Eat it, Stanley. Yes. Alright. Leon, how are you liking Neon Abyss? When I first looked at gameplay, I wasn't sure how I'd feel about it. But it's really cool. And it has... Yesterday we just managed to unlock our second page of the skill upgrades, like the skill tree. And so that has me re-excited, reignited, where I'm like, yes! But we'll have more of that on... Saturday. Saturday will be Neon Abyss and then Satisfactory. Tomorrow's the day off, but Friday will be Darkest Dungeon, where we are just ass-deep in a Blood Moon estate, Diarrhea Gulch, in week 61, with 7 deaths, and we're poised. It's our estate to lose at this point, but we gotta get that Viscount down and remove Crimson Curse from our roster. Indeed. I'm sure I've written bounce checks in the past. Dude, what a nice find. I love getting replacements for gear that I'm already holding without having to roll for it. Alright, let's kill these dudes and then eat this food, get this fragment, and then we'll move on to the cavern. Ew. Whoa. Ha. I wasn't trying to ladder cheese him, I just didn't feel like tangling with this Inquisitor until I had to. Whew! That rat almost got me and I didn't even know which way he was going either. I gotta say, Tesla coil is a very unique item, and that is so far my favorite bit of 2.0, I think. Yes, indeed. Tesla coils were so good in Red Alert as well. Nothing more satisfying than sizzle popping a little infantry guy. Oh, I feel you there, Sammy. I picked up a pretty dense book that I've been reading through very slowly, and I was like, I don't think today's the day. I don't think we're making any headway here. Let's read some sci-fi. Alright, to the cavern. Let's go. And we've got full health, full flask, and no malaise, which is how I like to be. So it appears that Tesla coil would be great on the Giant's hands. The thing I'm worried about is if it slows them down, stuns them up. Extra ammo, no piercing though. Still no piercing. Why have I gotten myself into this? Toxic Cloud, I'll take that, even if it doesn't pierce. Sammy's gonna swat you. She's gonna sick Dante on you, Matt. And this Dante has like 17 tiers of health, so. Careful, man. But he's also quite a sweet gentleman. That little heart wielder guy is the absolute best. I like harassing people emote. Little old me, I would never. Okay, it's such a relief to not come here cursed. Sometimes, well, we often do. To call the idea of like just learning about context clues is very funny because I feel like that's something that is quite literally like first grade curriculum where they're like, today we're going to learn about context clues, and the hardest part of the day is like the new vocabulary. You basically learned the lesson through context clues before the context clue lessons start, where it's like, yeah, okay. Thank you, public school. Ooh, I was kind of hoping that that was going to knock him out of the air immediately, but it didn't. See, now Zengrief, if you also had that, like, precious little emote holding a heart, then you could be like, I just like harassing Matt. Yeah, wait till long division. What's up, Graggy? It's a mixed bag, in my opinion, that is interesting. I like the Tesla coil, I don't like the barrel launcher. I don't care for the distillery. I like the idea of the distillery. Well, as long as Qualentin and Luthamir agree. Then you have full free reign to punch Matt. To E-punch Matt. I'm sorry, next to HP? Oh, the percents. That's in gameplay options, Boomer. So you go to options, gameplay, and you can turn on your kill streak in the bottom right. That'll tell you how many people you've killed without being hit. And then display the percentage of life left. It's here. And that's across all patches, so. Alright. Sammy's coming stateside. All the way for it, Matt. I hope you feel honored. I would. Woo! Nasty. Nice. It looks like Sammy's not going to be held back, Matt, so brace yourself. Dude, I like the Tesla coil. This is a good turret. And a good idea for a turret. And a cool name for a turret. And a cool design for a turret. As for what distinguishes it from other turrets so far, I would say it's kind of like a cleaver with a little more dimension to it. So it's applying a status effect, the new shock status effect, in a pretty short range that they need to be pretty close to, but that also extends up instead of just along the floor. And then electricity is more prone to like stuttering enemies, so I think it will potentially be a liability for messing up enemy animations, interruptions. But I haven't run into anything bad yet from that. Yeah. Sammy's gonna be like lifting bullet, doing curls with him. Doing push-ups with Princess as the weight on your back. Bench pressing a whole like bucket full of chicken nuggets on each side of a mop handle. And the song can all just be like a remix that Qualentin made of Beware. Always remember that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer. I actually like... That's a solid grammatical wordplay, Matt. Richard Nelly, thank you for the sloths. Good to see you. How you doing? Oh man, I can't type. Alright, here we go. What's your ability? Oh, good. That's not a bad one. There we go. He was about to get me with that bar. There's something about the matter-of-factness of that Zangief that makes me laugh. I'll root for Matt. That's not something I want to do. Why are you putting me here? Ah! Sadly, why are you putting... Now, you'll notice 2 times there. I evaded when my silly conscious brain thought, oh, it'll die. But my subconscious Dead Cells brain said, dude, always dodge the Slammy Bird, because he's gonna get a shockwave off, even if he's half dead. And sure enough, he did it twice. Wow, he did keep on doing his attack. I thought he was gonna stay frozen in time there. Happy Wednesday, Richard Nelly. I hope that work has been less busy today than it was yesterday. And that creepy dude hasn't been creeping today. Did I see a challenge rift? No, it's just shiny. I like this build right now. Somehow the carbine and knife go well together just naturally. And then this fire nade and Tesla coil combo are brutal. Yeah, and you'll see that demon is not getting knocked out of the air. So just note that. Don't expect it to knock them all out of the air. Might be a little OP if it did. You got fried in the hot tub time machine. We do! Yeah! We're basically like that Lemon Jelly song, the elements. Earth. Fire. Air. Whoop! Ooh, it's a better boomerang. They're trying to entice me to go back to it. I've got news for them. Oh, Matt. I noticed you were doing some co-op no-hit Dark Souls streaming last night. How was this? Or maybe this morning? I can't remember. I saw it. How was it? Boomer, we have already killed Conjunctivius, the eyeball monster. And we are going to fight the giant. And then we're going to go to the distillery, and then we'll fight the Hand of the King. And then we'll go to some places that are 5BC spoilers that you may not know about. So I don't want to spoil them, but I don't protect 5BC spoilers really. I'm just doing this conversationally because it seems like you might be newer to the game. But yeah, that's just a general advisement for everybody. I don't cover up who's in the Astrolab or anything like that since it's been out for so long now. And since we're primarily playing 5BC. But we'll beat all the bosses today Boomer over the course of several runs. So next run we'll go to the DLC areas, from the Bad Seed, the Dilapidated Arboretum, to Prison Depths, to Morass of the Banished, and fight Mama Tick in the Nest. And after that, we'll do a run through the Promenade and the Prison Depths and the Ossuary, and we'll fight the Concierge. And then at some point we'll do a run that takes us through the Clock Tower and fights the Timekeeper. So, the Green Jelly song that I know is the one from Maximum Carnage, the beat-em-up Super Nintendo video game with Venom and Spider-Man. But Green Jelly really did do the music for that. And I love it. Poor guy. I love Claymation. I love Clay Fighter. Also, since this is one that, last time we mentioned it, people didn't know, but anyone who remembers Clay Fighter from the Super Nintendo, it's like a Claymation Street Fighter type game. It's got a theme song if you let the menu play. It's like, Clay Fighter, Clay Fighter. But it's... I was like about to be late for school because I was still playing Clay Fighter. And then... yes, Boomer. We always do full runs on 5BC. So, in fact, we do Curse Sword damageless 5BC runs, and we have 12 of those victories. A lot of them are on YouTube. And Ons, hello. How's it going? But yes, we typically get several no-hit collectors a day, Boomer. Wesley Kirching, hello. How's it going? Is that the Green Jelly music video? Claymation is creepy, but it's for, like, kids of a certain age and certain cultures. I feel like it's just so ingrained. Ooh, a better Tesla coil. Let's buy it. Item class 12. You betcha. That's what Udix Gunder said, Luthamir. Sorry. That was meant to be a, Matt plays lots of Dark Souls joke. And I don't know if I said his name right. Huh. Wait, sorry. What's up, Wesley? Yes. Is it Kirking? Also, anybody can correct me on the pronunciation of their name as long as they're, like, genuinely doing it. I'd much rather be like, oh, I've been wrong for 6 months than say it wrong. But if you're hoping for pinpoint pronunciations in a language I don't speak, then I'll do my best. But I can't make any promises. Alright, let's go kill the giant. You mean, like, how long am I going to play today? Or, like, how long have I been playing? For my life, I've been playing since the release date. Oh, sorry, okay. Like a cash register? Like, kerching? Or just kerching? Alright, let's go murder. But yeah, August 2018. Alright. Everybody's gonna die. The giant's gonna die. I want some... Don't know what I'm thinking, Matt. You might know what I'm thinking. Uh-oh. Holy shit, he almost got me just no reason. Just almost got me. Oh, yeah. Woo. Yes! Alright, that's 2 for 2 on flawless bosses for this run. It might be the plumbing's fault. You never know.
I'm a rebel, Daddy.
It's a DOT build. Wesley Kerching. It might have been used in Ocean's 11, but yeah, it's Clair de Lune by Debussy. But this is a cover that's from Free Music Archive by a dude named Poddington Bear. Yeah, the coilish are kind of fun. Okay. Oh, what's in here? Oh shit, that was a power root grenade. Oh shit, I went to the giant! I'm sorry, y'all. I just instinctively... I didn't go to the distillery. My bad. I wish I could go back, but I can't. So we just have to fight the Hand of the King. Sorry, that's force of habit. We'll go to the distillery on our other missions today. Gotta go to the High Peak Castle door to get to the distillery. But now it is hand time, so I'm happy enough with these. The distillery got renamed, or the door to the High Peak Castle door? Oh, okay. It's like Entrée du something. The door to the high potency cadavers. Oh my boy. Oh. Oh dear. Yay! Alright, that's 3 hitless on this one. Yankoviak, what's up? I am doing well, how you doing? Woo! That was scary. has been quite clean. Alright, on to the astrolab. And sorry I forgot to go to the distillery. That's my bad. It's just force of habit. We always take that elevator, unless we're intentionally going to the castle, so that we can make sure we visit that area for that day. Oh, I got my cursor over here making me freak out. Nice, young Koviak. Well, I'm glad. And let's not talk about other streamers, please. Even enormous ones. Yeah, 100's Instinct. I want Disengagement, and then I want Gastro. Wesley, you can correct me on the pronunciation of my on your name, but you can't correct my pronunciation about anything else. Punishment will be on the third time I will start incessantly correcting every possible pedantic minutia of your grammar for all time. And boy, can I be a bastard about it. We've angered a lot of enemies here. Alright. In that case, my bad. Point stance. Ret stands. Stands. That was a pretty good song. Especially if you like Dido as much as I do. Yeah, Testicle is very cool. It's also nice to have the crackle and the pop. It feels like we're frying some Eggos as we go. Let us keep on murdering, and I think... Oh. Yes, he hates it. I was really hoping he would die before. Dude, we just keep getting better and better. Amulets. Brent Spiner, incidentally, sends a tingle up my spine. Especially in Independence Day 2, Resurgence. Yeah, this amulet is boss. Hopefully we can get an even more boss one with 4 tactics. No. It's alright. We got 35 tactics, y'all. That's a healthy amount. Whoop! Yeah, don't want that. That would not have been good. There we are. Yes, exactly, Leo. If the 2 guaranteed 2-color scrolls here both have some tactics, then yeah, 37 will be an especially pretty number. We've gotten 37 once, not in the 2.0 alpha, but in 1.9. Maybe once or twice, but it's definitely the max that I've gotten. In the current patch landscape. Which, incidentally, has the surname Adams, but it's not that patch Adams. I kind of feel like with the speed of Dead Cells updates, they're becoming patch Adams. They're patching at me. Let me patch at you. Patch Adams. Nice, well. Good for someone, but... it's RNG, so... Alapalu, hello. And yes, we finally, thanks to it being an alpha save, we get to have the Arboretum key, as if we'd never opened the place. Come on, get away from your shielder. There you go. Woo! Whoa, what just dropped down there? Something useful just dropped down there. Maybe it was just his corpse? I don't know. Who's to say, really? Woo! Woof. Alright, we have our Allen key, but not our... Hey, there it is, elevator key. I was just talking about you, elevator key. Alright. This has been a very buttery astrolab so far. Let's hope they don't... Really? The things that make it nasty in here these days are like weird elite configurations where we get surprised in the tower. That can have some unforeseen consequences. But for the most part, it should be smooth sailing. Which I say right as I'm fighting a slammer bird. Famous... penultimate last words. The true last ones are... Ah! Okay, so no tactics on our 2-color scroll, unfortunately. Yeah, and Brenda is still alive, our Hellion in Diarrhea Gulch. She's still doing work. She's a hard-working one, that Hellion. Alright, because there's a shield generator guy, I'm gonna go ahead and take him out on the way up. At least let him do the turnaround. Woo! I just don't want to get caught with a shielded failed experiment beating my face in. Especially since we don't have Masochist equipped. They kind of gave us that native Masochist where we're getting all trap damage only ever will do 30% damage, 30% of our health. So, yeah. I don't take it anymore here. Especially since those lasers don't count as traps anyway for the purposes of Masochist. Alright, these birdies are gonna die, and then we will show the collector who's the proper 5BC boss. Andre the Giant is the answer. Oh yeah. Nah, that's not going to be good. Yeah, Qualentin pointed this out the last day, Sunday, when we last played Dead Cells, but they did add a kill door for the 60 kills streak after Astrolab, but it's lower quality gear. It's item class 10 rather than the 12 that we get when we're inside the Astrolab, so that's kind of weird, but fine. I don't think I'll need ammo, but you never know. I don't know about... I know that the Sepulchre door, if you choose to go to Guardian Haven and fight Giant, that has item class 12, last I checked. But it used to have... That was the one area that had 13 for a while, then they patched it out. Making it sound like they had never intended for it to be that high, because it was like higher than anywhere else in the game. Which made the streak in Cavern or Sepulchre, any place headed to the Giant, made that streak the most important one in the game. But I'm not sure. It could also be true of the other one. And it also could have changed in 2.0 rather. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's clean for 4 bosses. I like that. Die, Collectorman. Whew. That build was just destroying everybody. I like it. Man. Whew. It is nice to have damage over time, and as Leo and several others pointed out, Sammy and Quantum and Luthamir, we had all 4 damages, so we were poisoning, bleeding, burning, and shocking. Quite shocking, man. And now we dissipate. Like all booger blobs should. Neo, what's up? And thank you.